persistence. Saipan calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Saipan calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Tomorrow chance, they rise, they fall, history carved in every wall. Tibian whispers, ancient lore, Saipan soul forevermore. Saipan calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Saipan calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Saipan calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Saipan calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Dreams reside. Dreams
AP News. I'm Ed Donahue. President Trump speaks to the nation tonight as he looks to next year and beyond. The AP's Sagar Magani has the story.
It'll be a primetime address from the White House, which is offering few details about just what he'll say.
It's going to be a really good speech.
Spokeswoman Caroline Levitt says the president will review his first-year successes and preview what's to come. The address comes as he tries to rebuild steadily eroding popularity, with polling revealing growing frustration with the economy. Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer says the president can say what he wants.
If Donald Trump had any shred of honesty and self-respect and self-insight, he'd look into the camera tonight and say to the American people, I have failed you.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
The president was in Dover, Delaware to pay his respects to 2 Iowa National Guard members and a U.S. civilian who were killed in an attack in Syria last weekend. The Senate has given final passage to an annual military policy bill that will authorize $901 billion in defense programs. It also pressures Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to provide lawmakers with video of strikes on alleged drug boats in international waters near Venezuela. This is Nevada Democrat Jackie Rosen.
They're not allowing us to see it. And if they could edit all the other videos that Secretary Hegseth he liked, they can sure as hell edit this one. And so again, Secretary Hegseth is showing his deep disdain for members of Congress.
The Trump administration is moving to dissolve the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Colorado. The center is a leading hub for climate science research. 4 centrist Republicans have broken with their party's leadership over health care. They've signed on to a Democratic-led petition that will force a House vote on extending for 3 years health care tax credits. This is AP News. Get ready to stream the Oscars. The AP's Lisa Dwyer has the story.
In a seismic shift for one of television's marquee events, the Academy Awards will begin streaming on YouTube. Beginning in 2029, YouTube will hold the global rights to streaming the Oscars through 2033. ABC currently airs the Oscars and will continue to broadcast the annual ceremony through the 100th Oscars in 2028. Starting in 2029, YouTube will effectively be the home of all things Oscars, including red carpet coverage, the Governor's Awards, and the Oscar nominations announcement. Officials at the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences says that the move to YouTube will help expand access to the work of the Academy to the largest worldwide audience possible. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
More information at apnews.com. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
Fox Sports Update.
A star running back is taking his talents to the next level. Jeremiah Love of Notre Dame, a Heisman finalist, has declared for the NFL draft after finishing 4th in the country in rushing yards and 3rd with 18 rushing touchdowns during the 2025 season. Love is widely expected to be the top running back selected in April's draft. And ahead of a huge showdown on Thursday Night Football, Rams head coach Sean McVay wants to give one of his star receivers as much time as possible before ruling him out. With Devontae Adams dealing with a hamstring injury, McVay said the team will likely wait until game time to see if he can go against the Seahawks.
He got his hamstring. He felt it a little bit, and it's something that, like we've talked about, kind of been dealing with it, and he's as tough as it gets, and so want to be able to kind of see what it looks like with the time that we have.
That was courtesy of the Rams as Adams aggravated his injury against the Lions on Sunday.
Fox News Radio has complete coverage of President Donald Trump's address to the nation starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Download the Fox News app and click listen. America is listening to Fox News.
LA and Seattle are both 11-3 heading into the Week 16 matchup, with first place in the NFC West and the top seed in the conference on the line. In the NBA, the Spurs and Knicks met with a trophy on the line for the first time since the 1999 Finals. This time, New York came out on top. The Knicks beat the Spurs 124-113 to win the NBA Cup.
The New York Knicks are NBA Cup champions.
Sound courtesy of Prime Video as the Knicks were led by OG Anunoby, who had 28 points and 9 rebounds. In the NHL, the Blue Jackets snapped a 5-game losing streak thanks to Adam Fantilli.
And now bursting into Fantilli, and he fires, he scores! Adam
Sound courtesy of the FanDuel Sports Network as Columbus beat the Anaheim Ducks 4-3. For more scores, stories, and features, go to foxsports.com. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas. Together we ignite. So join under the palm trees. We dance through the days. With rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise. Through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around. Everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. Into the Marianas breeze, let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was the air. Our connection grows stronger. We show that we care. Rock on to feel the soulful flow. Look right on in Mariana, that's where you belong. The sweet island breeze and the ocean's embrace. Brad's got the stories, sun life behaves. Some signs meditated, fall in this ride. Yeah, we're shining with love as our guide. So raise your voices high, let the music play on. Good morning, Marianas, we're where you belong.
Good morning, Marianas. Holy smokes, it's Thursday. Can you believe it? What are you supposed to do on Thursday? Aside from being thirsty, good morning, Marianas. It is 7:43 in the morning, and we are cruising through this week. And you know what that means? We've got Christmas on the brain. I'm sure you do too. It is the holiday season. It is upon us, and we are just kind of in cruise control. We can't afford to be in cruise control. There's too much stuff going on here in the Marianas. So we're still on it, and we're doing everything we can. But we're going to do it while we're powered by some great chow over there by the folks over at Ina's Kitchen. Why? Because we love Ina's Kitchen. Why do they love us? I don't know, but we love them too. I mean, there's something about it. You go in there, and you feel like something is just giving you a big hug, like you're eating over there at mom's house or dad's house or something like that. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure what house we're going to go to, but wherever you're going to go, you need to figure out how you're going to get there. So let's get our first look at traffic here in Saipan. It's a beautiful day. Look how bright it is behind me. It's crazy. Let's take a look. Transit CNMI bringing you today's traffic report, as they do every single day, forever and ever. Anyway, let's take a look. We'll start over there by the intersection that matters, by the place where connections matter, I-T&E. A little bit of traffic over there where the CMG meets Middle Road. Still not that big of a deal. Over there at the old AK intersection, though, you can see where it's starting to build up quite a little bit. And, man, it's building up, but that building is coming down. Oh, if you haven't seen it yet, you need to get over there and take a look. All right, let's keep looking down Beach Road where everything looks pretty good. We're going to finally see some hot spot area over there by Chalumpiao. That's right, over there, come down the hill from Aspertito. You're going to see a little bit of traffic over there as kids are starting to make their way over there to Hopwood. Yeah, that's right, Hopwood's pretty cool. All right, hey, what else do we have going on? A lot of traffic over there by Guangdong Hardware. Everyone's trying to build things up over there. I don't know what time they actually open, but I imagine it's pretty early because those folks who are building stuff in the Marianas, they don't mess around. They don't wait till late in the day. They get it going early. Hey, speaking of getting going early, folks over at the college are starting to make their way over there. You're starting to get traffic backed up on the CMG from the college almost all the way back to Java Joe's. It's a slow go, but drivers this time of day know that that's part of it. Hey, how about over there by Shell Dandan? There's a little bit of traffic. Again, you know it's always going to be a little difficult when you're trying to make your way past the Joe 10 Dandan area. It's never easy this time of day. So you just got to pack that in and make sure sure it's going to take care of you like that lunch that you got in the lunch pail. Hey, how about over there in San Vicente? Well, over there's traffic aplenty as folks are gathering around trying to do that little creep around, drop off their kids from Akidza Drive, then come back out by Tutaram and over there by the old roundhouse and stuff like that. It is going to be a little backed up. And folks coming down the hill from Issa Drive, it's going to be a little bit of congestion when you get to the church and the intersection over there as well. It is looking pretty good all the way around by Cagman side and coming down Issa Drive by in Saragtasi, the home of Ina's Kitchen. If you're not there today for lunch, where are you? What are you thinking? You need to readjust your priorities and get realigned with a good lunch over there. Hey, let's keep going, though. Over by the Puerto Rico, you can see that the Marianas Heights building, folks trying to get up north so they can get up Capitol Hill and that long slug up the hill. It's not too bad. It's also not too bad over there by the tennis and pickleball courts by AMP and CHCC. It's the place to be ASAP right now if you want to get there. It's actually, this is the best time you're ever going to see it in early morning rush hour traffic in Saipan. Over there by the old Sodalore Laundry, the place that hasn't been repaired since Sodalore ripped through, right across the street from JG Sablon Ice and Water. Yep, there's traffic in every direction right now, so just expect a little bit more time going through there. Let's make our way south from Garapan. We're looking at Middle Road and Beach Road at the same time, and you are seeing some delays over there by the Gualo Rye Light, over there by the courthouse. Take your time, be patient, or you're going to find yourself inside that courthouse. Brad, they don't do local cases? All right, I got it. It makes sense. It kind of makes sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. All right, we're over there at Quartermaster Road, and traffic's looking good everywhere you go over there. And here we are back again. And look at all that traffic by IT&E. It's because everyone wants to get in there and get a selfie with Paul Guerrero, I think. But it's going to be slow, backed up in every direction. So just be prepared for that. And again, take a look at the old AK intersection. Bula traffic over there. So just take your time. You know what? Traffic's not a problem if you're over there with Transit CNMI. If you're hopping on the Blue Line, they can get you anywhere you need to go for $2. $2 on the Blue Line. Yes, that's right. The world famous Blue Line. People come from all over just to hear and see what our driving experience is like. And you can too for only $2. And guess what? If you're a veteran, a student, active duty military, Monopco, or you got a disability, it's only $1. $1. And then you don't even have to holla. Stop. Because they got little buttons on there. So while you're sitting there on this most comfortable seats and that nice air conditioning, enjoying the free Wi-Fi, all you have to do is press the button and they will stop for you when the next intersection comes up. You can't beat it. It is a great deal. And again, it's only $1 if you are a student, veteran, active duty military, Monopco, or you have a disability. Everyone else, it's $2. Not bad. Now remember, they can make you smile by taking you where you need to go, but they can't make change. So you got to pay an exact change. Give them a call at 236-2682 for more information. Tell you what though, their hours of operation while they're driving around, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. Why are they closing early on weekends and the holidays? Hey man, these drivers need a life too. They got to take care of you during the week. You might as well let them have a little bit of fun on the weekends, and that's the best way to do it. Well, that is your first look at traffic with Transit CNMI. Thanks to Transit CNMI for all that stuff. You already got your news headlines and your sports from PHI Pharmacy, my favorite pill pushers in the CNMI. They're out there doing the good work. No, it's the right kind of pills. Take it easy. Take it easy. They're the great ones. And it's great because we got our buddy Josh over there from PHI. Great guy. You know what else is great? I'll tell you what's great. Sure, why not? The holiday season is here. Maybe you got friends and family making their way over to Saipan. And if they are, where are they going to stay? Yeah, it's great. Come on, stay at our place for free. Yeah, it gets old after a little while. Give your parents or your cousins or your brothers or sisters a little bit of a break when they come to Saipan. Treat them to a great night away from crashing on your couch and all that stuff. At Surf Rider, they've got a great package for that. It's a tropical getaway right here at home. They've got a new flexible package that includes a room, car, or meal vouchers. You can build it any way you want for your peer experience, and they start at just $92. And that includes tax. There's not all these extra fees and all that stuff. $92 is the whole deal. You can book now by giving them a call at 235-78 888-938-7373, and that's only available at Surfrider Resort Hotel. They're in CK. They're right down the road. You can't miss them. And they've got the whole package over there. You've got the CK is great. Of course, they've got Payless right there, and then KFC, Taco Bell. Oh yeah, all that stuff is great. But you don't have to go that far because you can get your food right there at. Start your morning with Great Harvest right there. Then go get a workout after the end of the day. You come home, get a workout over there at Laddie Belt 24-hour fitness. Then take your swollenness next door to Last Shot Bar, enjoy a few beverages. Hey, play your cards right. Maybe you could show someone that room over at Surfrider Hotel. It's a good deal. Anyway, great stuff. And we hope that you guys take care of our sponsors because they take care of us and they support a free press and getting the word out for all kinds of fun things. We have coming up in about 10 minutes a special guest. He just sashayed into the room, and I don't know what that actually looks like, but it just sounds like a fun word to say. Looking forward to surprising you with him here in just a little bit. Just got a message that came in, and man, tomorrow is going to be a packed house here at the NMI News Service and Good Morning Marianas. We're going to do our show live, remote, from Natural Nail Spa. Yes, that's going to be crazy, and it's not even going to end there. We got guests coming in at 9:30 after that. I mean, we're going to be rolling all the way, but we're going to start from there. Joshua Gray is the owner of Natural Nail Spa. We are going to be meeting with him and the whole staff over there, and it's going to be fun. We're going to do the show. We're going to have interviews and all that other stuff, but we're going to do it while getting pampered a little bit. Can you believe it? Oh, yeah, Manny Petty, we're doing the whole thing. No doubt about it. A little haircut action going on? Yeah, because they do all that there, and we're going to do it on the show. But there's not a whole lot of hair to cut, so we're just going to get cleaned up. Don't expect any fancy colors on the nails, guys. So this is not happening. I'm not Dennis Rodman. I'm not that cool. Maybe if I was playing basketball at that kind of level, I could pull that off. Guess what? I'm not, and I can't. So we've got also today, 10 o'clock. After the show is done here, we're going to end the live stream. But at 10 o'clock, we're going to pop back on. Maybe a couple of minutes right after, because we have a special interview. You heard about this deep sea mining. We've been talking about it for a long time. We've had interviews in studio. We've had some remote interviews. Today we have a remote interview with Impossible Metals CEO, Oliver Gunasakara. So we're going to hear from the company that submitted their proposal to the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. That's BOEM. You've heard a whole lot about them lately in the last month plus. So we're going to hear from them about their company, how they got started, what their plan is out here, what they know about all this stuff, and how this will go for us here, what the potential is for all that. We're going to hear it directly from them. And this is great because we're going to be able to get this ready, because next week there is a public town hall meeting at the multipurpose building. The governor's office put it together. We showed you that in the press conference yesterday. And one of the things they're going to feature is a video from the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. That's going to be coming up at that'll be coming up on that same meeting on Tuesday at 5 o'clock over at the multipurpose center. But we posted a video that came from BOEM already on our page. It's on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and on our YouTube channels. We'll probably roll it today for sure, just to give you guys a little heads up on what's happening. And it is 11 minutes long, which is, hey, it's good. I get to sit back and relax. Maybe I'll just light up a fatty. No, that's not my thing. All right, anyway. About 5 minutes away from the top of the hour, and want to say hi to all you guys for jumping in here. Yes, Louisa is already cracking jokes in the comment section. We're waiting on a punchline for this one, though. Yes, but that dollar make you holler. That is great. Eric Mofnas, great to see you, my veteran brother. Always great to see you, man. You bring that special dose of morning sunshine no matter what the weather is outside. Mike, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. And, with the letters that you've been sending us, the op-eds about the deep sea mining, hopefully you're back here at 10 o'clock to see that interview as well. Who else is out there? Wari Thai Spot. I need to get in there. I was driving past your place this morning, and I'm like, man, I got to pop in. I definitely got to pop in. Now, over there on the YouTube side, Agraganja, great to see you. Boalushal, and good morning, Yil. I love it. Great to see you. And Ignacio de la Cruz is in the house as well. Great to see all you guys. And man, what a blast. We have so much. Oh my God. All right. We'll start with Luisa's jokes. You know, they should, I don't mean this in a mean way, so don't take it this way, but that's how we should rebrand this. We should call it Luisa's lame joke of the day. Even though I love this one, it is great. So Luisa's already in the comments saying, hey, what did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Ugh. Yeah, we'll be here all week. That's great. Don't see yourself out now. You can stay, Louisa. Don't worry. You're okay. Hey, and if you want to come down here and grab some coffee and hang out with us for a little bit, it'll be great. All right, guys. I'll take it. That's great. All right, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about all this stuff today. But again, here in about 2 minutes, we're going to be talking about a big announcement that's coming up from a familiar face that you guys know and love, and you know him from all kinds of different things, but I'm just not tipping my hat to all this stuff. By the way, did you know, we posted this today, the CNMI was featured in a monthly magazine out of Taiwan. Yes, it's the Taiwan American Chamber of Commerce. They've got a monthly magazine called Taiwan Business Topics, and the CNMI was featured. And why were we featured about it? Well, I'll tell you. It says they're asking, are we the cross-Pacific manufacturing hub of the future? We did a little story about it, and we can post a link to it too, so you can find out about it. But they're talking about, hey, we're basically the potential strategic hub for cross-Pacific manufacturing, because companies are looking to diversify their supply chains, trying to get around those tariffs that were instituted by President Trump, and finding a place that's in a U.S. zone, and a place that's got tax benefits here, and folks that, hey, it's one easy place to do it. And they're using something called like a hybrid U.S.-Asia operating model. And they start detailing it in there. And they interview our guy, Derek Sasimoto, and that was really cool when we got to see that. Not only is he the director here, the executive director here at the Commonwealth Economic Development Authority, but he's also a really good baseball player. And that's going to factor into our next guest, too, in just a little bit. So here we go. We're going to take this real short break. Don't go anywhere. You don't have to run. You don't have to hide. You don't have to do anything crazy. But we are going to take a real quick break. And then when we come back, we'll have our guest all situated here and ready to go. In fact, oh, no, we already played this one. Well, I could give you one more thing. Here we go. This is a real good update for you. So a real quick sports update. When we come back, we're going to have our special guest coming up right for you.
Fox Sports Update.
Curt Cignetti kicked off his time at Indiana by saying, quote, "I win. Google me." It turns out he wasn't lying. Cignetti has led the Hoosiers to an undefeated season, a Big Ten championship, and the top seed in the college football playoff. He was rewarded on Tuesday, earning a second consecutive honor as the Associated Press Coach of the Year in college football. Since the award was first presented in 1998, no coach has won it in back-to-back years, though 3 other coaches have won it twice: Brian Kelly, Gary Patterson, and Nick Saban. Cignetti's turnaround at Indiana is unprecedented. The Hoosiers are 24-2 in the last 2 seasons after failing to ever win 10 games in a season before Cignetti's arrival in Bloomington.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Heading over to the NFL, a quarterback change could be around the corner in Miami, with the Dolphins now out of playoff contention.
Well, I think the quarterback play last night was not good enough, and so for me, everything's on the table.
That was courtesy of the Dolphins as head coach Mike McDaniel spoke with the media the day after Tua Tagovailoa struggled in a loss to the Steelers on Monday Night Football. Through 3 quarters, Tagovailoa completed just 6 of 10 passes for 65 yards and an interception before throwing 2 touchdowns with the game out of hand. Tua, who signed a 4-year extension in 2024 after leading the league in passing yards, leads the NFL this year with 15 interceptions. Staying in the NFL ahead of a huge game on Thursday Night Football, Rams head coach Sean McVay isn't ruling out one of his star wide receivers just yet. McVay said the team will likely wait until game time to see if Devontae Adams can go against the Seahawks as Adams deals with a hamstring injury. The Rams and Seahawks are both 11-3 heading into the Week 16 matchup, with first place in the NFC West and the top seed in the NFC on the line. And you can download the Fox Sports podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you download your favorite podcasts. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
Fox News Radio has complete coverage of President Donald Trump's address to the nation starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Download the Fox News app and click listen. America is listening to Fox News.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun. With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those counting fish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year. Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. Laughter and stories, come what may.
All right, Marianas, welcome back. And we're not doing Fox Sports anymore. All right, so we're back over here, and thanks for joining us again. It is Good Morning, Marianas. It is 8:03. We are at the top of the hour, and we are at the top of the world because we got like a really cool guest in studio with us. You've known him. He's done so many different things in Saipan. He loves it here. I know that didn't come out as easy as I was trying to make it sound like you do. You make all this stuff sound great all the time when you're on there. But, I'll tell you, one of the coolest things about having you in here is that, I've seen all this stuff that you've been doing for a long time, and now I get to have you in studio to see what we're doing over here, and it's kind of cool, man. It's great to see you. Everybody, you won't be able to hear the thundering applause, but I can tell you they're here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is Jay Santos.
Holy
Good
morning.
Welcome to the studio.
I appreciate you allowing me to sashay into the studio. Can you spell that word, Brad?
It's El Guapo. It's not if I know what a plethora is, but it is great to have you in here. And
I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now you got me thinking. Do I know how to spell sashay? I feel like it's SASHA. I know I'm screwing it up already. This is probably like this French spelling. This is why I am not a fancy guy. I'm just a regular guy out here trying to get life going here.
We're both regular guys.
Yes, but you do a lot of great stuff in the community. You've been doing it for a long time, and it's been great to see as just, I get to cover it. You do all the real stuff. I just get to talk to people who do real stuff. And over the years, you've done so much. And you're going to continue doing all this stuff. But most recently, I know you with all the baseball stuff.
Right.
Because, we didn't have baseball in Saipan for years after the typhoons damaged all the facilities and everything. Then we finally got the stadium built up again, or the Tanco field jumped up again because of the mini games.
That's right.
And then that was it. We didn't really have anything going on.
It was a lot of fun putting all that together, and a lot of it had to do with the facilities and it was like you just said, it was fortunate enough that we had the mini games coming through, so we had no choice but to put a team together. So
Well, it was
fun stuff. It was fun stuff for sure.
It rallied the community is what happened. Like after pandemic stuff and all that stuff, it rallied everybody.
Man, I really loved during the mini games all the people that came out, and the field was completely surrounded, and I mean the vibe, the energy was insane. That was a good time.
There's nothing like it. There is nothing like it in the Pacific. I mean, even like for the games that were just in Palau,
right?
Like the home team's got a big advantage. Being surrounded by your friends and family around the crowd, like that's something. No matter what happens, no matter what's going on in your community, something happens. Palau was feeling it in the last games, but we felt it for those games that we had here in 21, and they were awesome. But then afterwards, I don't know how the conversation started, Jay. I don't know how did it start where you guys are like, you know what, we're gonna make it happen. We're going to bring baseball back.
Oh, we had to, and we had no choice. I mean, I guess it all started because of the because of the mini games, and we had to field the team, and we had the home court advantage, our home field advantage, and it was important that we put a strong team together, and we walked away with gold, and it was an amazing time.
But
certainly,
you ended up getting a good team together, not just on the field, but off the field, because you guys organized the league and you were able to get that started. I mean, like you had to get a lot of people who are passionate about it, who are going to be doing stuff for free.
Right.
And you don't even play. Did you play growing up?
Yes, I played all growing up, in Little League in the States, and obviously high school ball. And I love the game. I love my Los Angeles Dodgers. And it was just, my motivation was not only putting the league back together, but seeing how we can get involved with the youth and figuring out how we can provide more opportunities for our youth to play baseball.
Man, I'll tell you, you're going to do great with Tobat Castro. He is a massive Dodgers fan. He's everything about this guy is Dodgers. Yeah, have you met him, Chris? Anyway, great guy. We got to get him in here. He is the tint man from Dan Dan. He does a whole bunch of cars, and he's just a great dude. And so, anyway, also massive Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
And so
I grew up in LA. It's just in my blood, and I was fortunate to go to a lot of Dodger games when I was a kid, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of great memories.
I hear about Dodger dogs all the time. Are they good or what?
They're the best ever. If you ever go to a Dodger Stadium and watch the game, you got to get a Dodger dog. It's a must.
Awesome. Well, like you said, you grew up in LA, but you've been out here. You're no stranger to Saipan. Like, you're still a Saipan guy.
Yeah, my dad's from Saipan. Spent a lot of time as a kid coming out as well with my grandma. And my dad retired from Continental Airlines in '86. Him and my mom decided to come and spend their retirement years in Saipan. And '93, I came out to visit. And I never left.
Wow.
I love Saipan. I love our islands. I love our culture. I love our people. It's just it was the best decision. I think one of the best decisions I've made in my life was to move to Saipan, and I'm so happy to be here. Lucky to meet my wife, raise my kids here, and it's been great. It's been great.
Well, you've been great for the community. Again, like I've known you from all these different positions and all this other stuff, but you've been here since '93, so that beats me by 10 years.
Yeah.
So maybe can you give us a little walkthrough? Like, where did you start when you first got here? Were you after your first job dancing at King's? Where did you end up going from there?
Well, I came out. The goal was just to travel. Living in LA, there isn't much of an opportunity, at least back then, and I can't believe that was 30 years ago. That's insane. Shows my age. Mm-hmm. But the goal was to travel. I wanted to go to Japan. I wanted to go to Korea and Hong Kong and stuff. And fortunately, I was able to do that at the time. But when I decided to stay, I went to work for Joe Ten for a bit. I had the benefit of working for Frances Dimapon. Love that lady. She's a fabulous lady. Moved on to Pacific Islands Club for 6 years. Worked for Bart Jackson, who of course is at Bridge Capital now. That was a great time. And then of course Wendy Herring three people I consider, mentors for me. After that, went into government just for a short while. It was during the Babauta administration as the director of customs, and that was a lot of fun. I didn't have any experience working in government at the time, and at that time it was the biggest or the largest amount of people I've had to manage. And it was great. It was just a fabulous experience. And then we all know what happened then. Babauta didn't get reelected. And of course I had to step down, and I thank my lucky stars that I was able to come on board with Triple J, and I was with them for 18 years. And to have a straight line to Bob Jones, it was looking back, it was amazing. And the stuff that I learned from that guy was just incredible. It's just an experience that you can't ask for. It just kind of, luckily it fell in my lap, and maybe I earned a little bit of it as well. So.
Yeah. By the way, we got a phone call. It's Mr. Jones. Hold on one second. Let me hit this.
Don't answer it.
Hey, little Jay. It's good to have you. Got 18 years with the company. It was a family, and you're always part of our family.
All right, there we go. Thanks, Mr. Jones. Thanks for calling in right there. I hope if he sees it, he loves this. By the way, anybody who's worked with Triple J and Mr. Jones, they've got a Mr. Jones. Like, everybody's got it, because I'll tell you what, he's so influential, but not because of his title or whatever. He's got this work ethic, this drive, and a guy who's in his 90s now.
It's amazing.
And he's still as passionate about it as a 90-year-old plus. Then more passionate than guys who are younger and way less successful. This guy is going at it all the time, and being around him that much, the way he speaks, just infectious to me, man. I still love to do it.
The guy works his butt off. I mean, it's the same thing that he expects of his managers as well. So he didn't grow Triple J to where it's at and where they are now, sitting on his laurels. So. For sure, one of the hardest working guys I know. So.
Well, you're one of the hardest working guys I know. I know it because, over the last few years, and not to get all personal about everything, but you guys you were trying to balance work and doing some challenging stuff with the family and everything like that.
At the same time, too, I was on the Make-A-Wish board, Chamber of Commerce. You name it, did as much as I can to be involved with the community, and it was definitely a balancing act, but it's just something I love doing is helping the community any way I can. Looking back, especially in the 90s, some of my God, I can't believe this. I'm saying back in the 90s. But
you think like the what was it, the Ford Probe, and
a lot of people in your show were like, "Man, I was born in the '90s."
You mean no? With the people watching the show, they're like, "He was born in the 1900s." For real.
But some of my best memories was coaching youth football, and it was Saipan youth football back then, and it's the best thing that's come from that for me is. You got these 30 and early 40-year-old guys still walking around calling me coach, and that was a fun experience. But yeah, all the community stuff has always been something I did with passion, and because I love Saipan so much.
No, dude, you are a great family man. I'm telling you, this sounds, normally if I'm not doing the show, I'm probably not having this conversation with you, but you're an inspiration to me to be a better husband and father when I saw like what was going on with your wife. A lot of people, when there's those kind of things that happen, they don't always prioritize the right way.
Yeah.
And you did and I'm glad you had the company that will let you do that. Certainly, too. But you took so much time to just focus, and they're like, well, yeah, you can focus on that stuff, but can we still be together? Can you still help us out with work? Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'll figure it out. But you did it. You made the right choice when anybody is going through some kind of, life-changing stuff, right?
Yeah, it was a crazy time. You never know what anybody's going through until it happens to yourself, and you hear it a lot. I mean, if your listeners don't know, my wife was diagnosed with cancer in 2023, and it's a scary thing, man. It's a super scary thing, but and there's no manual, right? You can't open up the manual and say, okay, how do I deal with cancer in the family, and then at the same time, still be engaged with the kids and work and obligations and stuff like that. But it was a no-brainer for me. I love my wife immensely. She's a fabulous gal and a wonderful mom, and I said, we're gonna zone in and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna take care of business. And fortunately, we had the opportunity to bring her to the States to get some treatment, and not a lot of people have that opportunity. So I get it. I see it, and if there's any families out there that's struggling with this as well, man, it's if anybody can help them, please do. Just whether it's GoFundMe's or what, because it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. But by the grace of God, her cancer is in remission now, and there was talk of maybe moving to the States, and a lot of people in the community are like, I thought you guys were going to move to the States, man, but Saipan's home, and I love this place, and I have a hard time thinking about wanting to move to the States, because this has been my home for 30 years now. So,
well, unfortunately, a lot of people are. And we're losing the talent that we have here in Saipan. We're losing the folks who are difference makers and can be, and they're just left with us now. But you staying means that's not another loss in the talent pool that we have. What they call it, the brain drain, when everybody's leaving and stuff like that. But so now I guess it's pretty cool to talk about. Like you've got your sights set on some other cool stuff about sticking around here.
Like I said, we kind of got off track a little bit, and I'm kind of glad you did that, Brad. But yeah, I'm here, and I want your listeners and the community to know that I'm going to be seeking a Senate seat in next year's election. Senator
Santos, how does that sound? It just rolls right off the tongue. Hitting home runs, base hits for your community. All that. What do you have any of those slogans and all that stuff already?
It's funny. It's my kids, my family. Dad, what's going to be your slogan? And I don't know, man. I'm not a politician, right? And I think everybody knows that. But I don't think slogans are my thing. I've been working at AK now for about 7 months, and there was GSM and there's Kim Cares. What's it going to be for Jay? I'm like, I don't think so, man. I don't know. It's just, I guess, I don't know. It's just not my thing. But we'll figure it out. We'll work things out, and we've got some time to put a lot of that stuff together. So.
We could have some funny. Well, first, all the way with Jay, you could have like the ball players, because you got help bring baseball back, and say, I got to third base with Jay. All those kind of things. That could be a baseball team campaign, and it would be hilarious. Don't do this. This is not good advice, but it would be
hilarious. Hilarious. Well, yeah. There's no slogan. But what there is, Brad, there's going to be a lot of hard work this next year leading into the campaign. We're going to put a lot of effort into this. I really want to help, and I've done a number of other things in the community, and not to say that baseball is not important, but to me it's been I want it to be a small part of what I want to do, and that's to help our islands. You talked earlier about the talent pool here in Saipan. It's amazing how we've evolved, and it's natural as well, because a lot of the kids, they went off to school. They all got college degrees, and even the ones that didn't, even the ones that stayed back. There's just a lot of really bright and intelligent young adults, I guess, to say, and we gotta figure out ways that we can leave them. An island, a community that they can be proud of, that they want to come back home to, that they want to be a part of, and I've got adult kids in Boise, Idaho, and they want to come home, and telling mom, we want to come home, but mom and I, we're just like, it's kind of tough right now, and that's not what we want. That's not what we want for our kids. So. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but it's not to say it's not impossible. So,
Well, so now you're running for Senate. And by the way, one of the accolades that he had too, you were the Business Person of the Year.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So how did that happen? Like, how did you, do you know how the nomination happened, or how did they tell you that you were going to be that you were nominated? Right. How does that whole thing work?
You know, I didn't know, I'm not sure who nominated me at that time. Whoever you are out there, thank you. I appreciate that. And I had been nominated a few times. You know, funny story, I think it was maybe 2011, 2012. I was nominated the same year as Bob Jones, and I was working for Bob Jones at the time. I'm like, oh, hell no, we can't do this, man. And I went around to all, because the way you're selected is by past winners. The past winners vote on who that current year's winner is going to be. And I went and lobbied all of them. I said, please, por favor, don't vote for me. Vote for Bob Jones, because that would have been the most shameful thing ever. But I was truly honored, and I'd like to think that maybe it was a culmination of a lot of years of hard work that I put into, and I'd like to think it was a lot of the things that I did in the community. One of the other things too that I'm really grateful for was the opportunity to serve on the Make-A-Wish board and stuff. But I'm not used to a lot of those accolades, I guess is the right say. And I believe I'm a very humble person. That's why I think maybe this next year is going to be kind of hard for me too, because I'm not used to talking about myself, and I don't like talking about myself. But I guess to get people to convince people to give me an opportunity to serve them in the Senate, then I got to do a lot of talking about myself this next year, and that's gonna be the hardest part for me, Brad. So.
Well, yeah, you're also gonna when you win, or if you win, right? You're still gonna have to have that same kind of ability to talk to everybody when you are parts of committees and going out in the communities, right, and all that stuff, working with your colleagues up there at the Senate. Right. But you're not you're a talker and a doer. Right. So I was like, I think. I never viewed you as a real political person, like, right, someone who's takes a hard line on this or any of that other stuff. So I think that you'd be pretty. It'd be maybe give you a head start when you get up there.
Right. On the outside looking in, it was everybody keeps abreast of the news. You read the news, you watch your show and stuff, and it's difficult at times seeing the players that are up there and some of the things or the issues that they can't agree on, and for me that's challenging. That's tough. I understand parties and I understand loyalty to parties or slates and stuff like that, but whatever happened to loyalty to our people, and whatever happened to loyalty to our islands, and loyalty to doing what's best for everybody, and not what's best for me or my immediate family, or I feel like in that position up on the Hill, whether you're the governor or a House member or a senator, it's got to be about the people, and it's got to be what's best for our people and for our island. So, yeah, I can talk a lot and stuff, but I think one of my better traits is getting along well with others. I was always easy to play with others in the sandbox. So ever since I was a kid, and I want the opportunity to go up there and work very closely with whoever's there and address the needs of our people.
PJ's got a great question in here. She says, "Why the Senate? Why did you decide to go Senate?"
That's a really good question, and I kind of bashed myself with that question for some time. But I want to represent the entire island, and I get it. The importance of the precinct level and stuff, and I've even had some close friends and family members. But house, start at the house level first and stuff. But even when I've served the community, and whether it was nonprofit organizations or the chamber or Rotary or youth football, it's always been about the entire island, and I want to serve everybody here in Saipan and the CNMI for that matter.
Well, let me give you a little bit of this. I know it, by the way, ramping up to make a decision can't be an easy thing. Maybe the notion hits you and you're like, yeah, it sounds all right. Then it's got to keep going, field it with a few people, see what they think and all that stuff. It's like, all right, I'm going to do it. This is just how I'm guessing because I don't know how did that process work? Is this something that you just decided I'm doing this, or have you got a lot of people reaching out to you?
It's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think a lot of people might appreciate this, but I never got the support of my wife. So
that's great.
If your wife's not going to support you, your wife's not going to vote for you, there's a really good chance that you're not going to get an opportunity to serve. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this a long time. I've talked with a lot of very close friends, of course, some family. I visited with some close family in the last 30 days or so, and it's been very encouraging. But of course, that's of course your family is going to support you. You should do it. But deep down inside, man, it's in my DNA, man. I want to do this, and I want to help, and I don't claim to be God's gift. I'm not the Messiah, but I want to serve our community at that level and see what I can do to help bring some change and some positive change, and what that is exactly right now. I've even had some close friends. How about the platform, and we're gonna get to that. And there's a 8.5 billion things in my mind right now that I'd like to do, but we'll get through the holidays and we'll get everybody to enjoy Christmas and stuff, and then we'll get there for sure.
Well, that's great. One thing that I like about what you do is that you're a good talker, but you actually do stuff. You show up. You're there. Like, you're accountable when things need to be done. You're there. I just want to give you a little bit. I'm looking at the comments that we're rolling in. Here we go. Jim Ray fan. Have you heard of this guy?
Yeah,
I just saw him last night at softball. He says, thank you for stepping up. You'll make a great senator. I think humility is an asset, and yes, loyalty to our people, not political parties. Best of luck, Jay.
Jim's a good guy. Jim, I need some fish, Jim, please.
Kika says, I totally vote for you, Jay. Here we go. Let's keep going up. Paul Guerrero, the one everyone wants to see over at ITNA, saying, hell yeah, Par. Angoshiman
Paul's biased, man. Don't listen to Paul. Paul's biased.
Angoshiman Capeleo saying he's got my vote. Other folks weighing in saying you, and then Luisa was going and she's like, baseball, and she thought that maybe that was going to be the big announcement, but no, this is still good. Ken Stewart jumping in and say, hey, it's my good buddy Jay Hafatelu. The Guam food guy out there as well. So a lot of folks weighing in and saying hey and good luck and all this other stuff. But man, I'll tell you, it'll be cool. Now, if you get in and you're going to be, all fancy and stuff, are you going to remember us little guys? Or, man, do I have to amen you every time I see you now?
You don't amen me now, Brad. Desatento a una boy, Brad. You're disrespectful.
Disrespectful, Brad.
No, but I'm all about the small guy, man. It's, I know I've worked for some big companies and stuff, but, our small businesses, man, they need some help. And, God, if it sounds like I got a lump in my throat, it is because, but yeah, man, it's those people that why I'm doing this. It's for everybody, but we need to help our small businesses. We need to do everything we can to keep small businesses moving along. And you're a small business, Oleai Beach across the street's a small business. There's a number of them that could use some help, and I'm hopeful. By the grace of God, I get this opportunity, and people will remember that I've got a strong business background. I've helped manage some really large businesses on island, and I want to take that experience and see what I can do to help.
Well, that's great. A couple of things that came in. Luisa saying, if you win, are you still going to come by the press box and visit us little people? Hey, Luisa, by the way, you're not a little person. You're just not tall. The other one is PJ saying, I love it when the private sector experienced person joins the government sector, the brains and hands-on. Good luck. Kika jumping in saying, hey, small businesses are the lifeblood of any economy.
Amen. That's she said that way better than I did, but it's no question about it. I mean, we've got to help our small businesses for sure. They are the lifeblood for sure.
Holy cow! You're running for Senate. You can't take it back now. You've officially declared.
Yeah.
And
my wife said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And man, I'm all in, man. I'm 100%. I want to do this, and I hope to have the opportunity to serve our community at that level for sure.
How did you swing her vote from not being supportive to being supportive? Because Kathy said that's her red line. You can't ever do any of that stuff.
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't talk to anybody. I mean, it was pillow talk. It's just when you're laying in bed and watching TV or whatever, and it's just that turnover. And I said, man, I still got political aspirations. And I don't even like the term political aspirations. My thing is I want to help, babe. I want to serve. I want to be able to serve our community at that level, and it's a high level, and it's very important, and we're talking about the livelihood of our community at stake. So, but yeah, it boiled down to that. It boiled down to just talking to her and getting her blessings. And when she said, man, if this is something you want to do, then and you've been wanting to do it, so I guess I'll let you do it now. So it was one of those.
I love it. One of the things that you end up getting when you run, there's all that scrutiny. All of a sudden, people are like, his batting average was only like 125 on my little league team. He wasn't a.
Yep.
So, but anyway, that's some of the stuff that's going to come along for it. But that's why, like, anybody who's going to run for anything, we were talking about the politics stuff and everybody's take on different things. Like, no matter what that take is for anybody, I have a universal respect for anybody who wants to run to do better things for their community. And holy cow, man! I just like what was it the Dumb and Dumber thing? Just when I thought, but for this one, it's like just when I thought like I couldn't like you enough. There you go. There's one more thing on there, dude. You're gonna be running. You're running for Senate. For the CNMI, holy smokes! Yes.
So that's a great point. In conversations with Joyce, my wife, and my kids, my adult kids, that was their biggest concern. He goes, man, there's a lot of mudslinging. There's a lot of people, talking that are going to talk badly of you and stuff. And it's actually really sad that it comes to that. And I get it, man. I totally get it. It happens in the States and happens in. Everywhere in every democratic society where there's people that are seeking political seats, but I don't like that part of it, honestly, and it's the biggest concern of especially my oldest daughter, Asia. She's like, man, Dad, I don't know what I'm going to do or say if people start saying really bad things about you. And I said, well, we can't control what people say, but I'd like to think too that. I've been a pretty positive member of the community, and I got great kids, and I've done my best to try to be a good citizen here in the CNMI. So, if my opponents, and I don't even like the word opponents, if the other people that are running for the same seat feel like they need to bash me in any way they can, then those are the things I can't control.
Yeah, I could think of it already. Yeah, Jay doesn't have the experience. I mean, what? So what? He worked for the biggest companies. Oh, what? He was business person of the year. What does he know? Yeah. No. I'm like, that is as sarcastic as it can get. Yeah. You're positioned pretty well, and if it wasn't just for your youth and inexperience of being like a 27-year-old guy.
Yeah, I know. I just celebrated a birthday. And yeah, it blew my mind. I can't believe I'm at the where I'm at right now with my age. Time just goes by so fast. But I'd like to think I've been around the block a couple of times, and again, I'm not God's gift and stuff, but I know how to negotiate. I know how to talk to people. I'm hoping that a lot of the people I've met over the years will want to come and do business here in the CNMI. That will want to open a shop. Will want to support existing businesses on the island and stuff. So, I wish I could say, dispensadzo, I'm only 28, but I want to be a senator. But I've got a lot of experience, and I want to take advantage of that experience. And by the grace of God, if I'm given the opportunity to get a Senate seat, I want the community to take advantage of my experience as well. So.
I love it. So just a couple things on our way out here. Luisa says, listen to your wife. She's always right.
Amen. Amen, Luisa. No doubt about it.
Dennis Villagomez coming in saying, Biba J.
Now Dennis, right on.
Yeah, Keega's saying, hey, 2026 is going to be hot. I'm excited to see that more people are stepping up. And Luisa came back in about what you were most recently saying. Hey, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. Good luck, Prez. Yes. So pretty cool stuff.
Wonderful, yes.
Hey, we can wrap this part up. I've got more questions for you, but I think you hit a lot of them. But hopefully we can get you to come back on.
Certainly, I appreciate it, Brad. I want to. I want everybody to enjoy the holidays, and that's definitely in the next year. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of me than you probably like.
So are your campaign posters going to be just like those big heads that they have at like all the basketball games and football games? Just have people, just a big picture of you smiling and stuff like that?
That's hilarious. Yes. I none of that's in place, man. This is it. This is a launching pad right here.
All right.
Into my new service. So.
Wow. This is so cool. Well, thanks. I'm excited for you. I mean, we've been friends for a long time, and now to see you to take this step, it's pretty momentous, and I'm excited for you.
I appreciate the opportunity to come on the show, and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please go out and enjoy time with your family and with the kids, and let's spread cheer and love this holiday, man. I know things are tough, but let's kind of try to put that in the back burner for now. Let's try to enjoy our holidays with our families.
Awesome. Well, you heard it. Senatorial candidate Jay Santos declaring this morning he is running for Saipan Senate seat. And Lou Chafras Sablan saying, congratulations. I'm hopeful for the CNMI, and I'm eager to see where this new fresh minds will lead us. Well, aren't we all? This is great stuff. All right, well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. It's a great opportunity for us to get you the latest update from the Associated Press, and then we'll get back and hit some of our other headlines, and then we're going to prepare because, like we said, we've got that 10 o'clock interview live with the CEO of Impossible Metals, Oliver Gunasakara. So we're going to have him on here at 10. What we're going to end up doing after we wrap up the program today, we're going to start a separate stream, like a second one, that's just for that interview, okay? So you won't miss that either. All right, let me just do a real quick refresh over here to make sure that we have the latest up here from the Associated Press, because we want to get you that news. And I know our sponsors want to be like, hey, Brad, can you talk about us? We will, right after this.
I'm Ben Thomas. The Senate's approved a massive military spending bill, and Sagar Magani reports it also puts pressure on Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
The annual bill came in at $901 billion this year and gained bipartisan support. It pushes back on some recent Pentagon moves, including demanding more information about boat strikes in the Caribbean, and it pushes Hegseth to let all lawmakers see unedited videos of the strikes, including the controversial one in September that killed 2 survivors in the water after an earlier strike.
They're not allowing us to see it, and if they could edit all the other videos that Secretary Hegseth he liked, they can sure as hell edit this one.
Nevada Democrat Jackie Rosen says Hegseth's refusal shows his deep disdain for both Congress and the American people, whom she says should also see the videos. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
In the House, 4 centrist Republicans broke with party leadership over health care, signing on to a Democratic-led petition that will force a House vote on extending subsidies for those with health insurance through the Affordable Care Act. Former Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith has told lawmakers in a closed-door interview that his team developed proof beyond a reasonable doubt that President Trump criminally conspired to overturn his 2020 election loss. That according to portions of Smith's opening statement obtained by the AP. Searches for 2 killers in New England, investigators in Rhode Island asking the public to review any security or phone footage from the week before the mass shooting at Brown University. While in Massachusetts, they're looking for a suspect in the shooting of an MIT professor. Warner Brothers Discovery's urging shareholders to reject Paramount Skydance's takeover bid. More drops for AI stocks dragged Wall Street to its worst day in nearly a month. The S&P fell 1.2%, while the Nasdaq dropped 1.8%. The Dow lost 228 points. This is AP News. Tesla's marketing's raising more than eyebrows. Lisa Dwyer explains.
California regulators are threatening to suspend Tesla's license to sell its electric cars for 30 days unless the automaker tones down its marketing tactics for its self-driving features after a judge concluded that the company has been misleading consumers about the technology's capabilities by using the terms autopilot and full self-driving. After the initial filing against the company in 2023, Tesla did put in new wording that the company's full self-driving package still requires supervision by a human driver. Tesla has 90 days to make additional changes to avoid California's cell suspension. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
And Saturn's giant moon Titan may not have a vast underground ocean after all, rather deep layers of ice and slush akin to Earth's polar seas. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works. Because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks bro. Hey bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure bro, go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
below. All the oceans glow, digging where the shadows grow. Gold and silver, the currents flow. Treasure below. Treasure below. Rocks like coins in Poseidon's chest.
All right, welcome back, Marianas. It is 8:48 in the morning, and we are going to be in about 12 minutes wrapping up. About that seems like a pretty specific time to say about. But we're going to roll all the way through 9 o'clock. That was somebody checking us out, looking for a video that we had. That was one of our great podcasts that we did for NM Posse. It's called Advocacy Amplified. We do that every month with them. This was something that they were doing over at their office, but we ended up doing it over here because we want to help them out because we love all the stuff that they do. And that was when we were at CODA over the summer, and we took the tour. We did the show live from their office at CODA and went around to check out all the facilities and all that other stuff. It was great, and it was a lot of fun. So we got to send that stuff to them also because they are looking to, they're like, where is it? We can't find it. I'm like, oh, we'll find it for you. We'll get it. Anyway, great day so far. And reminder, at 10 o'clock today, we've got the CEO from Impossible Metals, Oliver Gunasakara. Boy, it really just rolls right off the tongue. We're going to hear more about that deep sea mining. We've heard and had folks on here to talk about why it's not a good idea. If you're the CEO of a deep sea mining company, you probably think that it is a good idea. So we're going to hear from that side too. And maybe hear more about some of the specifics about it. And we've showed you some of the videos already of their equipment in action, and then the CGI stuff of what it would look like and how they would be able to deploy those things and what it would really look like in our area. It should be interesting to have them on and hear about it specifically, about like what the plan is here. Now we've read their proposal. Now we watched the video. In fact, this morning, even before we got started, was listening to their one of their big calls that they had with folks out of Hawaii, and it was really good. So there's a lot of information out there from them, but you got to hear it from everybody, and that's the main thing. That's what we're trying to do, so you can hear everything about it. Not everybody loves everything. Joni loves Chachi, but outside of that, that's a deep cut, by the way, for some of you guys. But the thing is, on stuff like this, to hear everything. Kathy was giving me the business when we were having a conversation about it on Sunday. She's like, well, why are you for this? I'm like, I didn't say I'm for this. I'm like, I'm just saying I'm not against it yet. I need to hear really what the plan is and all this other stuff. You know, I hate the idea of anybody doing anything terrible in our waters, right? It would be bad. It's easy to say I don't like that. That's a problema. But if it's not as bad as that, then, you know, what's the deal? So anyway, we're going to hear from them, and you guys can decide. So a couple other things that are going on. We had a video that we posted on all the socials already, and this is good for the... just saw that post from our Congresswoman. She's like, but we love you, Brad. That's great. That's awesome. Thank you, Congresswoman Kimberly King-Hines. But with this one, Boehm put together a video, and it's about everything that is going on in the CNOI. It kind of explains what the process is and how they got to this point and where it's supposed to go from here. And so that's on there. That link is available on their website and everything. We just made it easy by posting it yesterday, when we got it yesterday after the press conference. The other thing is we're going to be able to hear with that video, we've already gotten to hear some of the stuff from folks in the scientific world about this kind of stuff and why it's not a good idea or the specifics involved in it.
And on Tuesday next week, on the 23rd, you're going to have your opportunity to make your voice heard while you're hearing from folks too. But this whole time, you're able to make your public comments on the Federal Register. And if you've got some thoughts about it, you've got to do something about it. You've got to say something about it. Otherwise, this whole thing can go through without having your voice being a part of it. Now, how are they going to value that? That was part of the conversation, and that's for the folks at Boehm. How are they going to value your comments? How are they going to value what you have? Like you heard Henry Hofschneider yesterday talk about it. He's like, well, are they going to value people who say that, hey, these are our waters that we have cultural value to us and it means something to us. We live and breathe from these waters. We eat from these waters. And how are you going to value that in the whole scheme of the comments? Because they have a contractor that goes through the comments and takes out what they call valuable to that conversation, what's appropriate to that conversation. And people here want to have that voice be heard. They want to have that voice be counted. It's important to us. And I think the whole process is that however this goes, whatever the decision is that if this stuff goes through and there's no consultation with the folks here, there's no consideration for the people who have lived here for thousands of years, then who is going to be happy about that decision? Nobody. Nobody should feel comfortable about it on whatever side it is. So you do it the right way. And the good news is that when you look at Boehm's website, they say that it is important to them. Great. Is it just lip service? Is it just text to put on a website? I don't know. Actions do speak louder than words in these things, and that's what we're going to find out throughout this whole process. The governor of the CNMI, David Apatang, and the governor of Guam, Leon Guerrero, they've said, hey, you guys from Boehm, you need to come out here and hear from the people and talk to the people. And the current schedule for them to come out here is after this comment period is already done. And so that's why they have written another joint letter from the CNMI and from Guam saying, one, you got to come out here before the end of the comment period. And number two, if you can't make that happen, you need to extend the comment period. And now what they're asking for on top of that is, and this is what Henry Hofschneider mentioned yesterday, Chief of Staff for the governor, that, hey, give us another 120 days. That extra 120 days on top of the 60 that you're already giving us. And by the way, if this whole process is going to take a year or 2 years, is it really too much to ask to have a little bit of extra time, an extra few months? Some people will say that's delaying progress. We're trying to move on all this stuff. Yeah. But if this is something that we haven't done before, is it really something that hurts to take a little extra look at? What's the right amount of time? I've talked with people who are very passionately against this. The people who are the conservative, or not the conservative, but I would say the people who are most aligned with conservation and not management, but conservation of our waters and not letting that stuff happen. And my bounce back to them was like, well, I mean, you want another 120 days because you want more time about this. But what is the right amount of time? Are you going to get to that extra 120 days and say, well, we still don't know. We need another year to talk about this? Because I don't think the people who are on the other side of that are going to be receptive to that. And they're like, no, another 120 days. That's going to be good. So does that sound like it makes sense? To me, it sounds reasonable. It doesn't sound unreasonable. But I don't have a horse in that or a dog in that fight. I don't have a stake in that other than I live here and I don't want our environment to be trashed. One side saying it will be. From what I've read and heard from the videos and seen, the folks on the other side of it are saying that's not what's going to happen. So we're going to hear about it. So rather than we're not making that decision, we're not telling you how to think at all, because that wouldn't work. I can't do that at home. It won't help me at all. So with you either. So at least today we're going to be able to present you with the CEO from that company, and we'll go from there. So again, when we wrap up the show today in just a few minutes, we're going to come back on at 10 o'clock or just a little bit after 10 o'clock, after we make sure that the video call is all set up. Then I'll press play on the broadcast and we'll be good to go. Hey, real quick, Ann Sablon, we love you. We love you. Thanks so much for being here and joining us today, too. Ray's there said, hey, the government should bring in former U.S. Delegate Gregorio Khalili Sablon for signing our EEZ, and this took place in Tinian. All right, so there you go. Well, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm looking forward to this conversation from the business standpoint of it, and to find out what the environmental impact of it, because I don't think that it's like that movie Avatar, it was really well done. I saw one of my friends had written something about it and kind of likened it to that. I saw like the comment about unobtainium and all that. I'm like, that's great. But I don't feel like that there are people like monsters like that we have to deal with. I'm not talking about kaijus, but I mean like the people who are only about profit for a company that's not even theirs. I feel like people who think that if they're able to do this and be successful with their business and all that other stuff, would they purposefully try to trash another part of the world? I feel like that's something like 150 years ago, I'd have a different discussion. I think that a lot of people have gotten a lot better on this. It remains to be seen. We'll find out. And here, just Ryan, just checking you out on the YouTube side. It says, good morning, CNMI. Good morning, Brad. In everything, there's advantages and disadvantages, but the one who benefits the community and the impact of this should be the priority. It can be balanced. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's got to be balance. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. But ultimately, whatever this whole thing comes into, if it ends up being where it's not a disaster environmentally on this, and I saw that thing about that 1%, I think that the CNMI would be better off if we could sit at the table with Interior and BOEM when they make this agreement, if they're already going to make 1% that goes back to the CNMI, which doesn't sound exciting, 1%, right? But right now it's 1% of nothing because we don't know what that would be. Can they hardwire in a minimum to the folks from the CNMI? Now, how much would that be? It's tough. It's tough, right? There's a big exploration process in this and everything, but I think they would have me if they said, hey, at a minimum, every year. I mean, I'll throw out like a ridiculous number, but I don't know what that 1% would be. But if they could say that no matter what, the CNMI will never receive less than this, no matter what the profit level is, but it'll be a minimum of this amount, and that if that 1% is above it, well, then you're going to get the above number. I know they can play with all that stuff. That was one of the comments that Greg was saying in his op-ed about saying, they can manipulate what the profit is and all that other stuff. Yeah. But if we could hardwire in that you have to give us X amount of dollars this whole time as a minimum, then I think that we got a fair shot at doing something that's good for the CNMI. Again, that's with the caveat that it wouldn't be environmentally disastrous. And again, that's what we're going to hear about today. All right, so it is that time where we are already at the top of the hour. I'm just going to check to see if there is another update that came out. It should have been. We're going to check real fast, and it is. The most recent one is here. We're going to give you a couple of headlines and all the other stuff, and we're going to wrap it up today. I want to say thanks to you guys for watching today. Good luck to you guys who are running, no matter what race you're in this year, and whatever level. Good luck to all the candidates. You get a lot of respect for us for being even throwing your hat in the ring, because like Jay was saying, his wife was saying, you open yourself up to all kinds of scrutiny from folks, and that's not easy. So to whoever's running and their family members, hey, it's pretty cool. It's great that you guys are able to put yourselves on the sideline to actually be there. Put your pride on the side, because when people can take pot shots at you now when you're running for office, and nobody likes all that stuff, but it happens. All right, well, you're going for it. Good luck.
This year's going to be wild. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all goes. And we're going to wrap up here. Here are your latest headlines from the Associated Press. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys at 10 o'clock.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. 4 House Republicans have broken with Speaker Mike Johnson in the ongoing health care saga on Capitol Hill. Sagar Meghani has details.
It was a stunning turn. The 4 centrist Republicans signed on to a Democratic bid that will now force a vote on extending Affordable Care Act subsidies that lower health care costs for millions of Americans.
I want to thank those Republicans who signed the discharge petition.
Massachusetts Democrat Jim McGovern, even as he warned today is the last chance to avoid soaring premiums in 2026. A vote could happen next month. House GOP leaders had been moving forward with a health care bill that does not address the premiums. North Carolina's Virginia Fox said just extending the subsidies is a desperate Democrat bid to salvage a broken ACA.
We're not attempting to place a Band-Aid on a ruptured artery.
Despite the Republican revolt, Johnson insists he has not lost control of the House. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
President Trump went to Dover Air Force Base in Delaware today to pay his respects to 2 Iowa National Guard members and a civilian who were killed in an attack in Syria. And Ed Donahue reports the president will speak to the nation tonight.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked what he'll discuss.
The accomplishments over the past 11 months, all that he's done to bring our country back to greatness, and all he continues to plan to do to continue delivering for the American people.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the president cannot take a victory lap.
Costs are up, unemployment is rising, the holidays are more expensive and stressful than ever, and tariffs are taxing people to no end.
I'm Ed Donahue.
The Senate's passed a $900 billion defense spending bill. It also demands more information on U.S. strikes on alleged drug boats, requires U.S. troop levels in Europe be maintained, and sends military aid to Ukraine. This is AP News. The Senate's confirmed billionaire entrepreneur Jared Isaacman to serve as NASA administrator. He's promising to bring a business-minded approach to transforming NASA operations. And Seth Sutel has the AP Markets report.
More drops for AI stocks dragged Wall Street to its worst day in almost a month. The S&P 500 fell 1 2/10% Wednesday. That was its 4th drop in a row. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 228 points. That's about 0.5%. The Nasdaq Composite dropped 1 8/10%. Slightly more stocks rose than fell in the S&P, but they got drowned out by drops for companies in the artificial intelligence industry. Nvidia sank 3 8/10%. Oil producers jumped along with the price of crude following President Trump's latest escalation against Venezuela. ConocoPhillips rose 4 6/10%. Treasury yields held steady in the bond market. Seth Sutel, New York.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.